Right. Hello. Good afternoon. It's High Priestess Jamila. So I'm not gonna be on here that long. I got some straightening up to do. I have straightening up to do, and then I have to um, go and gather herbs. But I'm gonna go get me some more coffee real quick, and I wanted to talk to you guys. First of all, I'm running a little bit behind schedule as far as with the daily readings today for the group, but this is just for clients in general as well. What I wanted to talk to you guys about, um, our group, what spirit led me to do with our group, and we've been talking about it, is we're battling the evil eye. Okay, we're battling the evil eye basically. And some of y'all know exactly what I'm doing um as far as that is concerned. Hey, one EQ, hello. So a lot of people think that the evil eye is a curse, and not necessarily. And so anyway, spirit wants me, because we've already worked, we have already done a lot of the work to deflect the evil eye. Especially last night we did a lot, and I can tell that it's already working. Okay. It's just miracles just happening all day. Okay. And so um now what I'm working on is promoting good luck, because that's what the evil eye does. The evil eye brings bad luck. Okay. If you guys can, please try to sage your areas of your homes. Okay, obviously I can't be there to do that. So try to do some saging and some clearing. Um, Another thing you can do to clear out negativity is to put salt, like do some salt water. I did a couple of different things last night, and so I'm getting ready to work on that right now. I have to gather up herbs. Hey, one EQ, how are you? I have to gather up a bunch of herbs, and that is what I am working on today. So don't be surprised if you end up with some unexpected money or unexpected good news or early news or something, because that is what we're working on. Okay. And I am going to upload, I'm going to get the unlisted video uploaded for the group. If you are not in the group, you probably want to get in seriously. And hold on, I'm sorry, guys. I'm down here getting coffee. And so I'm getting ready to get our work done so that we can work on promoting very good luck, because that's basically what the evil eye creates: bad luck, just bad luck in general, delays, and so what we're going to have is a working going. Give me about 20 or 30 minutes. um, we have a working going for the group to promote good luck. Okay. It's people that are spiritually attacking you, or people that don't like you, giving you the stink eye and stuff like that. You know, they possibly are jealous of you for some reason, or either it's like different. Like, I feel like it's different for each of you. The reason, people always have a reason, not a good enough reason to attack people, but they usually have their own reasons that possibly wouldn't even make sense to most people. Um, but people do have their reasons for doing some of the things that they do. And so I'm getting ready to work on this right now, like right now as we speak. And it's just all about promoting good luck and good vibes and good spirits and bringing those good spirits to you guys, which is a lot more than it's a lot more involved than, you know, than just, there was a, so I'll be over here in meditation. Okay. In case you guys are wondering what I'm doing. So you having a beautiful storm over there, one EQ. One EQ is my client that's in Florida. Did it hit you too hard? I know we haven't gotten any rain today at all. Like maybe just a little bit, like a little smidgen of rain is what we got. And that was it. Oh, we still haven't fixed this thing, have we? Okay. I'm gathering herbs right now, y'all. And I'm getting ready to sit down and work on this. What is this? Okay, this is yeah, this is good too. So I just wanted to update on you guys on that real quick. I will be uploading the reading for the day for today for the group, and then you guys, I'll either automatically send it to you or either you can request it from me, and I'll send you the link to that. But I'm already getting a lot of good signs today. I forgot I had this. I got a whole brand new thing of rosemary essential oil that I completely. Oh yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm down here in my apothecary, and I got these. Ooh. How do you just forget that you got stuff that you can use? I could have used this stuff 2 days ago. So just heavy Wayne and well, that's good. That's good, man. I grew up in Tornado Alley, and I had never dealt with um, hurricanes before until I moved to the Georgia area, and it hasn't been that bad. But it's pretty inconvenient sometimes. So you didn't have no lights or nothing go out. You didn't see. See, that is what's up. Didn't lose no power or nothing. Okay. Mm-hmm. That is what is up. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I am multitasking and I'm looking for some stuff. So that's what I'm working on right now. Okay. And then of course also client work. Some of you guys, oh, you know what? I didn't know that I had left that out. I need to take that with me too. Um, I'm getting ready to get some stuff done for us, and like I'm talking about tremendous, like that's what we're doing. We're not even dealing with anything negative. We already dealt with that. Right now what we are focused on is good luck and good spirits. Okay, don't even, let's not, the bad things that we're dealing with, because I actually have a warding, it's like a some kind of spell bottle that I did. And I know that it had something to do with like some dark energies that I was dealing with, or some baneful energies that I was dealing with. And it's got mold in it. So that, you know what that means. And I mean, I just did this bottle like less than a month ago. So we done caught something, and I got to get it out of the house. I'm getting ready to get this out of the house is what I'm going to do. But or I might use it for my water. I'm not sure. But right now we're not even focused on that. We are focused on good luck. Our energy is protected. Okay. So nobody can take Nobody can take from us, but our energy is protected, right? Just to let you guys know that. So nobody should be feeling that way unless you have something that is attached or somebody that is attached, which requires a specific ritual for that. If you got somebody latched on to you, like feeding off of you, then there is a specific ritual that has to be done for that. So, yeah. Good. I'm glad you didn't lose no power. That is what is up. So I got my little box of stuff. As if I don't have enough stuff up here, but I'm about to rearrange some stuff so that I can get some stuff popping. And then especially for those of you that are waiting to hear back on certain things like jobs and stuff like that. So I'm working on doing that for you guys, okay? Because I think that, and I'm learning, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am gonna be perfectly honest. I have had a good life. I have. I've had a good life my whole life. And not until it wasn't witchcraft. No, that's not what it was. It wasn't the witchcraft. It wasn't until I moved to the Georgia area and certain things were happening that I'm not going to specifically get into, but certain things were happening. Um, and that's when I ran into the evil eye, you know, and that's when I ran into the evil eye. Goodness gracious. And so I think whenever you deal with the evil eye, especially when you have uh especially when you have like you know oh Lord, how do I say this without actually saying it? Especially when you have like a condensed and concentrated, let's put like that, a huge concentratingly amount of negativity in one freaking place, okay? In one freaking place, then that produces the evil eye, which does and will produce bad luck, delays in your life. And so I feel that when I did like the evil eye jar that I did, the evil eye jar. Hey Kelly, I'm just giving y'all an update for the group. Y'all know that evil eye jar that I did was obviously very powerful and it's doing its job. It really is. But I think that when you do any kind of evil eye removal, I think that it's important for you to work on not just healing, not but good luck specific, like just good luck, right? Like, you know how like you can do spell work for specified money, you can do court case work, for certain things in court, certain situations that may come up. But this, what we're doing is just specifically going to promote good luck and bring those energies to us. It's not protection necessarily, it's not warding, just straight old fashioned good luck. Okay. So I got my sage, I got my palo, I got like several other herbs that I'm going to be using, and I'm getting ready to get that set up and everything. Okay? Cuz that's what you need whenever you're dealing with the evil eye. And um and I think that that's what it is. I really really believe that that's what it is it's the evil eye that most of us are dealing with. And then even a lot of my clients, for some reason, well, I do know why y'all get the evil eye. I think it's because of the way you look. I think that it has a lot to do with something about your beauty, um something about your talent, things that you are talented in. Or either just something about your essence that makes people want to throw bad energy at you. Mm-hmm. I do. Palo Santo is amazing. It's Palo. What's good about Palo is that it's really, really good when you need to transmute negative energies. That's what I really like about Palo. And I don't think that it's really talked about too much as far as with Palo. But see, here's the thing of it is that being able to transmute and transform, that is actually a gift in my opinion. And I don't think everybody has that. Because you notice how some people, it'll be a situation that they have the opportunity to make things better, but they make it worse. Y'all notice that? What's the point in making things worse? But people do that. But I think that it's a gift. And I think that that is one of the gifts that a lot of you guys want to protect. You want to protect that gift. Being a, and so we are working with Kali Ma as well. You know, we're working with Kali Ma because Kali Ma is the goddess of transformation, and she'll help us, okay? Because we do need the help because we've got a great evil against us, okay? And then we are working with Lakshmi, and I was actually working with her yesterday. So we are working on that as far as with because I believe that what ended up, because Kali Ma is a goddess of, is one of the goddesses of transformation. And then there's a couple of them that are not necessarily well known for their transmutation powers, but I believe that I believe in good energy. I believe in bringing the good out of the bad. I believe in turning bad situations into good. I do. I believe in that. No, I do not believe in just throwing love and light on something is going to help, because if a person is not accepting of that love and light, what are you going to do? Like, you know, everybody's not going to be accepting of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I am. I love and light, but you know, it's some spirits and energies and people, and some of the people that y'all dealing with, you know, they don't see the silver lining. You know what I'm saying? It's just negative, negative, negative. And while I do believe all of us at some point we have to deal with negative energy, but I think that being able to transmute that energy is a gift. And I think that for me, I didn't feel that it was lost, but I felt like it was something was going on even with me, because I told you guys that for like 2 years straight, I felt energy harvesting big time, like just energy being pulled from deep within. And that stuff can, you know, especially if you have a connection with the source, you can get those things back. um Hello, April. Nice, nice. Awesome, Kelly. And Kelly's in my circle too. She's in my group too. That's nice. What's the difference between Lilith and Yamonja? Are they the same? No, no. One EQ, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. Yamonja or Yemiya or Yemaya, she's a lot. She does a lot. She does a lot. But the main aspect is all about the healing, you know. But Lilith can do the same thing. Lilith can heal you too. But I'd say that the most powerful thing about Yemiya is her ability to heal you, okay, and to cleanse you, okay. So, like for example, if you're feeling really, really negative And you either take a bath. You don't necessarily have to go to an ocean. You can recreate the ocean in your bathtub. If you go there and you commune with Yemiya, she will heal you and cleanse you of a lot of stuff. Like, I like to work with her sometimes on my like road openers and stuff like that, like clearing out obstacles and clearing out things that are deep inside of you. And she does make you do a lot of self-reflection. That's the thing about her. She's like, if you were to look at yourself, if you were to peer over a lake or a river and look at yourself, Yimi Ya is going to do that. Not often are you going to go to, if you commune with Yimi Ya or Oya, they don't produce evil. You know what I'm saying? And Yimi Ya will grant you with prosperity and abundance. Yimi Ya is really good to work with on that. Um, but I feel like it depends on certain circumstances. Okay. So you have to choose which is best for you. Am I a child of Yimi Ya? No, I just have worked with her for quite some time. Probably because of the fact that I'm a water baby and I'm attracted to water. I was actually born under, if you were to say, it would be Shango's energy, right? So that's why I'm so fiery sometimes. Okay. However, it depends on the circumstances. I feel that whatever circumstances you are dealing with in your life is what determines what deity to work with. If you are experiencing discrimination, in particular sexism, if you are dealing with an ex or like some kind of male energy, an ex, your father, or if you're being mistreated on the job, to the point where you're not being respected or you're being treated like, because I think that that's the one thing. When it comes to Lilith, she is all about protection of women and children. She is all about, and the crazy part about it is that they demonized her so much, but Lilith actually protects children and women. She does. So if you're being discriminated against and if you're being casted out and thrown out, because let's face it, I got to get real deep. Oh, goodness. If you are dealing with that situation, to where you're being discriminated or mistreated or treated poorly because you're a woman, or if you need liberation from a man that is trying to destroy your creativity or just trying to control and dominate over you, uh, or, not even in a relationship sense, but also in a sense to where it may be a knucklehead who shouldn't even be talking to you. A lot of times men shouldn't even be talking to strange women. They can be cursed for that. You leave strange women alone. I was at the gas station last night, and this man, he was just like, "Oh, you looking like a snack," and he was flirting with me, and he wasn't nobody that I would talk to, right? And so he's just like, are you married? Can I get your number? And da 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 da. And I was just like, yeah, I'm married, and no, you can't get my number, because it's okay for a woman to say that she's married so that she can get a man off of her. So a woman walked in, another woman, walked in behind me, and he had kind of said something to her, and she kind of looked at him like, I was being a little bit more polite, you know what I'm saying? And she was just like, why are you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? And so, but men shouldn't even like that. To me, that's rude. When men say, hey, baby, a man should wait for a woman to approach him But we obviously don't go by those standards. We obviously, a lot of times, we don't have any standards. A lot of these men, and I'm talking about strange men. I'm not even talking about your husband. A lot of times, y'all be shocked and amazed at the discrimination that you can go through either in the workplace. So Lilith is good for that. That is who you want to deal with, is Lilith. Okay. Yimi Ya is more so, I would go to her for healing. In fact, kind of anything that you would, that, if it's not in your custom to go to Jesus, because there's a lot of people that don't go to Jesus, then she would be like a replacement for Yemi, for Jesus. Yemi Yah would be, because I do know that Jesus's energy is very healing. So it's really about the healing. But Yemi Yah, she is, and then she also helps to balance out your emotions, which so does Lilith. So they are very similar in the sense of they are both considered to be dark goddesses. Okay, anybody besides Mother Mary, or Jesus's mother is, and we don't necessarily have to go by that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even consider them to be dark goddesses. They're just goddesses to me, but they call them dark goddesses to kind of demonize them a little bit. But so Yimi Ya is the same way with, as far as with discrimination, but she takes on more of a softer approach. However, Yimi Ya is very, very protective over everybody. Like, she's more so very neutral. So, like, for example, okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example, a good example. If I had a threatening male threatening me, right? Because I don't want to open my legs, or I don't want to bow down to him, or I don't want to, whatever. Or if I were being threatened for some reason, okay? There's never any reason to threaten a woman that is disgusting unless the woman is threatening you in some kind of way, which I think that women should not be treated that way. I think that, yeah, that's ridiculous. But I would venture out on the, if somebody's threatening you with like violence, or if it's like a really, really bad demonic threat, because let's face it, a lot of people are hiding behind religion, and they are very demonic and very malevolent, and it's obvious that they're malevolent. Then I would venture out to say to go to Lilith, because she acts, I don't want to say she's faster, because Yemiya is very fast. And that's another thing, that if you want to exclusively work with goddesses, like if you want something to come to you in speed, then she's like Saint Expedite. Like, she will expedite it, because she is a water element, and she will make those things, come to you. So, for example, like if you're doing any kind of spell work, or anything that involves water, anything that involves that, you're going to be looking at her energies. Whereas when it comes to Lilith, Lilith is more so fire and earth, and Yemiya is more so elemental, air and water. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you're working with water, that's just like I did a jar 2 nights ago that has like water, and it's got like all kinds of herbs in it, and moss and stuff like that. That is when you'll want to you're charging that water with her energy. So she's considered to be the goddess of like the sea, the ocean, and she, guards over a lot of the spirits of the ocean. And so now water can also be used to curse a person, believe it or not. The ocean can be used to curse a person. I ain't trying to give no evil people no ideas, but people will take voodoo dolls and throw them into the ocean. And I can actually see those rituals in my readings. Actually, you can tell when somebody's just kind of floating in the abyss, and you kind of end up, and so that's like a common ritual that is done. I wouldn't suggest it because, first of all, you're already polluting her waters by throwing things in there, and you're doing that to hurt somebody. Like, I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it, but it's a way of doing that. And so, like, if you have that kind of curse on you to where somebody has like taken a voodoo doll, enchanted it, and threw it in there, because like you could really, really mess somebody up. Like, you could really, like, I'm talking about in the ocean. Like, if you put your intent in that and you say, hey, I think it's karma, I think you can get bad karma because you're already polluting her water with that. And then you're putting this foul intent in it. But you can actually go to Yemiya. And I've done this in ritual and I've invoked her spirit because I've had it done to me. Okay. Everything that I help y'all with, I've had it done to me. And so somebody decided to like take a voodoo doll of me and just throw it in the ocean, and so that I would be lost, so that I would be just lost in life. They just wanted me to be lost, right? I don't understand why, but whatever. And so they did that. And so that doll, Yemiya actually has it. Like, she has the doll. Like, and so, but I went to her during this ritual, and I was actually doing some ritual work for myself, and then I was doing some work for a client. But but I spoke to Yemiya during this ritual, and I asked her. I said, "What is going on?" And she said, "You're floating in the ocean. You're floating in the Pacific Ocean." I was in the Pacific Ocean. And I'm like nowhere near that. So she basically grabbed that doll. That doll, she has it, and she cleansed and healed me. This was back in, it was around the time that you were watching that video, one EQ. It was about 4 years ago. That video that you had linked me, that you said you were watching from 4 years ago at my old house. That is when that happened. Around the time that had happened, around 4 years ago. And so if somebody does that to you, it is important for you to contact either her or Oya, because if that's being done to you, it can really, really, really cause you to be kind of lost. So a lot of people are usually concerned about dolls being buried in the cemetery, but there's people that throw dolls in the water. I wouldn't suggest it. Okay. A lot of this stuff that these people think of doing to people that don't deserve it, because I didn't deserve that. Like, none of y'all do. And I've had actually a couple of other clients throughout the years that have had that done to them, to where they're just like lost. And it's supposed to create a lot of loss in your life. But I found that working with Yemi Ya exclusively, okay, working with her will pull you out of that abyss. So yeah, she's really good with that. As far as like, was Yemiya a witch? I would say, from what I've seen of Yemiya's walk, and a lot of people that work with the Orishas that practice Ifa may disagree with me, but I feel like she was a healer. I feel like she heals. And even when like, whenever you have any kind of affliction, a lot of the times, like, if you're just not feeling well, you're overwhelmed, you're burned out, you don't feel good. I'm not talking about like if your kidneys are failing or some crap like that, like, go to the doctor. Okay. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling just depressed, or if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling anxiety, getting in that water, and especially you need to put some salt in it, and call to Yemiya. She's amazing. And I'm not initiated in Ifa or Santeria, but I know that she's helped me out a lot throughout the years. And so I always still make offerings to her. Okay. So, but as far as like with this, with like, it depends on your situation. Do I feel that one is better than the other? I think it depends on where you're at in your journey. A lot of us do have to travel to hell and back. It just is what it is. It's not, at some point when you've went through hell, you've had to go there. Okay. And Lilith is, she saves people from that, and they've demonized her a lot simply because she's a woman. But they demonize Yemiya a whole lot too. But I don't think they touch her as much. Like, you don't hear them calling out her name and degrading her and dissing her. Like, they are constantly dissing Lilith, constantly, constantly. And she does a lot. She does. And she's very defiant against even sometimes man's law. She's very defiant against that, especially when those laws are hurting you. Okay. Especially if and her energy really reminds me a lot of Ma'at as well. But as far as like with like, certain things, especially if you need defending, in a court situation. Okay. So I would, like, as far as like, because you can actually work with more than one goddess at once. I mean, my God, I may end up invoking 12 goddesses, and I'll do it. I'll gather up all their offerings that they like. And I have not done that in a while, and I'll probably end up doing that today. You can work with, like, people will try to, I don't know what's up with people thinking and this whole thing to where, no, if you have a special circumstance, you can invoke up to, like, you can invoke a lot of them if you want. You can invoke more than 12. Okay. Especially if you are a solitary witch without a coven and you don't really have that backup. You know what I'm saying? And so, what was I going to say about that? So, for example, like if you had a really big court case to where you were being falsely accused and, something has happened, maybe evidence has been planted against you, or maybe there's a false witness that's lying or whatever, I would definitely go through the goddess. I would definitely work with a deity for a situation like that. And so, for example, like when I do a court case, I've got several different things going on, doing several different things, literally, right? So that's why it costs money to get this work done, and we can't do it for cheap. Okay, but honestly, so a court case working, I've got several things going. I've got a beef tongue going, more than likely. I've got something having to do with uncrossing you, and then, of course, there may be some hexing work that's required, especially if somebody is bearing false witness against you. So there's a lot. But like, for example, uncrossing, unhexing, clearing yourself, I would have something going on with Yemiya, because typically when you're dealing with that situation, you may be very overwhelmed and stressed out and about to have a heart attack or a freaking stroke or something, right? But that's why you got to keep calm. Okay. Then on the other end, I'll have Lilith working on. So you can actually work with more than one goddess at once. And a lot of people, I think it depends on you. I think it depends on what your relationship and how you're able to work it, to work your workings, because a lot of people will say, well, I mean, some of them are well known for not working well together. Does that mean that they're going to bring a bunch of chaos into your life? No, not necessarily. So I think that it's a lot out there that I have found to not be true. And while I've been experiencing a lot of deception, things that are, to me, deception is things that are not real, but it's like they try to convince you. It's like glamour. Glamour is very real. You can receive all kinds of crazy things happening in your life based upon glamour. And some things that you kind of, you know, you got to understand that some of this stuff is unreal. So, but I found that working with like three or more goddesses will clear up things really, really quickly. You just have to like, I would say, give them their offerings, which is their libations and everything. And really, to be honest with you, a lot of them, they'll accept water. They'll accept water. They will. If you don't have nothing else, they'll accept water. All of them will. So let's say that, now if you're trying to do a big ritual to manifest, $200,000 or something like that, and you want to go to a deity, um, you may want to try to get you some expensive stuff, put a feast out for them. You know what I'm saying? Because that feeds the work. Even if you're working with the underworld, you do want to, the more you have laid out for them to eat, especially when it comes to like raw meat, vegetables, fruits, wine, milk, uh, dirt. Some of them feed off of dirt. Seriously. Like it depends on where the dirt came from, right? You want to have all this stuff there for them to make that happen for you. Otherwise, so I think it depends. But I do know that Yemi Ya, she will take water. But the more you go to these deities and spirits and stuff, the more they do for you. They do want stuff in return. They want you to show them appreciation. They want you to say thank you. They do want you to spend some time with them. They do want you to take the time to talk to them, even if it's just for an hour. Uh, just throwing something together and saying, oh, in the name of so and so and so, that will work short term. But when it's time for you to really, really get into thanking them, and like I said, they don't take up much of your time. They don't. But the more you spend time with them, the better. And a lot of people don't have time. That's where I come into the picture. Okay, as your high priestess, that's where the high priestess or either the witches that you're working with, it is their responsibility to do that for you for whatever ritual that you're doing. And ritual is necessary. It is, okay? And I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. Okay. Um it does remove a lot of the fear and the loathing though. Okay. 'Cause you don't have to have all that fear and loathing and all that trauma and drama. They're literally like, I can honestly tell you that trauma and drama, like, and I think some of these people think that by causing chaos, that means actual chaos. No, chaos would be what I just spoke to y'all about. Chaos would be invoking 12 different goddesses at the same time. Chaos magic would be considered, you know, um, you know, like instead of, like, for example, if you're doing a working that, and this is just a vague example, if you're doing a working that requires black candles, throwing in a orange one. But and then also I feel that a lot of these rituals do come directly from the gods and the goddesses. I think that they come from them, like some of the things that I found, especially some of the shapes and the different ways that which you line up your candles and the the geometry of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that all of that, can make a difference. But I also think that a lot of people, like right now, what I'm encouraging you guys to do, and even one EQL, we spoke about this. The people that are attacking you, that are throwing the evil eye at you, I'm not going to show the work that I have set up for that. I just have to move it to a different location. It is a time right now for us to focus on manifesting right now. Even though they are trying to distract, focus on manifesting. Especially if you're in my group, that's what y'all need to focus on. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive, because that's really what we're focused on. We're not like, there's 24 hours in a day, 23 and a half of those hours are being spent and have been spent towards manifestation. That's it. Like all that other stuff, arguing and fighting and arguing with somebody. If you've done the work, which we've done the work over here, the work is right here. I'm not going to show it to anybody. A couple of my apprentices have seen it, but we've done the work to block that out, because what they are using, what they're using against you or us is psychic abilities, is what they, so you have to strengthen your foresight as well, because here's how a psychic can be dangerous. Okay, and I've been telling y'all about that, and that's one of the reasons why, psychics are so demonized. But I don't think all psychics should be. But a person can put something in their foresight, and we even use that for ritual. Okay, so I feel like just being a psychic, you do have to figure out what to do about blocking out that bad psychic energy and that intent and those attacks. But I also feel like taking it further and putting that foresight in a physical item is what's important, which involves ritual and witchcraft, okay? Which is your intent. So just being a psychic, that's great to be a psychic, but witches, because there's some witches that are not psychic at all. They divinate. Divinating is different from being a psychic and having developed psychic powers. This is very different. Okay. There are some witches that they divinate, but they're not psychic. And if you ask me, I do feel that witchcraft within its raw form trumps psychic. It trumps it, in my opinion, because there's always it's like we're standing on witchcraft. Like if you go outside and walk on the dirt, you're standing on witchcraft when you walk on that dirt. So it kind of it's always going to be a spell or a ritual for that. And what's been getting done has been really evil. There will always be evil. There will always be people that don't wish you well. There are always going to be people that are going to wish you ill will. You're going to always run into them. The whole point is learning how to not be taken asunder by those people. Okay. And then also binding them. I know there's been some really good binding, because some people need to be binded, like because they're just doing nothing but evil, and they're hurting children. And then again, Lilith would come. If you want to do a really good binding on somebody, Lilith Hecate. Okay. If you want to unbind your powers, also that would be Lilith Hecate. Um, any of the goddesses can help you with that. And a lot of y'all have been binded, but a binding is supposed to stop somebody from hurting you, right? Or from doing harm to you. You're not supposed to bind somebody from using their own personal power. Like, as long as that personal power is not harming others. And I'm talking about on a great scale, right? I'm talking about on a large scale, just harming people. right? A whole bunch of people. Okay. Otherwise, nobody should bind you and say, "Oh, I'm binding you. I'm putting you in a dark place. Die, go away. I don't even want you to be able to get out of bed. I don't even want you to." There is freedom and redemption from that, because nobody should be doing that to you, and then especially witches. So I think that, I think that that's a mistake. And it doesn't matter what you think of a person. It doesn't matter what your opinion of it is. A lot of people need to stop, thinking that, and we see this a lot in the spiritual community. All of a sudden, somebody is some authority or manager, and it's like, and so, yeah, and so Lilith not only defends you against men, she's also the defender against women that are basically, patriarchal. Lilith cannot stand patriarchal women either. She don't like them. She don't like you. And neither does Yemiya. She don't really like that, based upon, just discriminating against a woman or treating a woman like she's not capable, when she has to be capable. A woman has to be capable, especially if you have children, or not even just you or your own child. You are your person that you have to take care of. So nobody should be trying to deem somebody, incapable so that they can take advantage. And so that's what Lilith is not going to let happen. She is not going to allow people to take advantage of you. And that's what I love about her. And she can't be stopped. Okay. And I feel that, and a lot of people have said the same thing, that Lilith is like the ultimate source of all goddesses. You know what I'm saying? And so, especially when it comes to dealing with hell or the underworld, or I mean, okay, if everybody was nice as pie to you, and nobody did anything to you, would there be a need for you to go to Lilith or even Lucifer? No. So it's, to me, I feel like sometimes you don't have a choice. And I feel that it's nobody's business who leads you there. You never know. You never know. Jesus Christ himself could be leading you down that road, so you can work whatever that is out. It's nobody's business. It's between you, your gods, and your, spiritualist, right? Or whoever you go to for guidance or help. It's not nobody's business to say, "Oh, that's wrong," because the story is different for everybody. Okay. So for example, there's some people, they grew up in the church, and Jesus and Mary, Mother Mary, just blesses them and da 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 da. But what if that's not the case for everybody? So what about those people? What, are they just bad and they should be thrown out and just killed? That's all, and so, and it's not a contest either. So it's just like a really, so that's, to me, Lilith is like my attorney. She's like my judge at this point. She's a lot of different things. Okay. And so she defends us a lot. She does. She defends women a lot, and she should be appreciated for what she does. Hmm. Okay, guys. So anyway, I've rambled and I gotta go. I gotta get this stuff popping. I gotta go down here and clean. Actually, I have a tray. I think I'm gonna use my silver tray because I have a brand new one down there that I can use. So I'm about to get this popping. I will see y'all later. Okay. Text me if y'all need anything. Oh, and happy full moon to you guys as well. Okay. I can honestly speak for all of my spirits and guides that they pulled me out of the darkness today. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Okay. Blessings. Bye bye.